coming at you. Hey, let me know who's joining. You can see we're at the beach here, Florida, coming at you guys today. Hope you guys are enjoying and having a good day. If you're hopping on, let me know where you're coming from, guys. Let me know where you're coming from. And leave me a comment, like. Let me see you on here. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. We're out here having a great time on the beach. Hey Lindsay, how's it going? We're having a beach day today with the kids, just kind of having fun here at the beach. And man, it's a beautiful day, sunny day out, having fun playing. Oh, enjoying the beach water. See that? It's amazing out here, guys. Hey Lindsay, we'll see you in like a day or two. Or can't even remember what day it is. It's the beauty of waiting here to living life on your terms, right? Oh man, it's amazing out here, guys, in Florida. But I wanted to come at you guys today. Hey Joe, how's it going? We're just having a good time on the beach and playing with the kids. They're playing over here in the background. You see the kiddos and Lindsay. And guys, I wanted to come at you guys today and talk about something that's really going to help a lot of you guys, and I really think is a benefit and provides a lot of value with making your dreams happen this year, and really getting massive success and making your life goals and your life dream a reality for your life. And hey Wallace, thanks for joining, man. And so what I want to say is, like, raising your standards, and are your standards high enough, right? When I was in the pursuit just about 8 months ago, just about 7-8 months ago, when we were actually just beginning online, what I had to do was, I had to raise my standards. And I want to talk about that for a second. We all get our standards, right? A lot of times we get our standards. We don't necessarily always get all the wants we have in our life. We don't always get the things that we're like, the desires, the wants, and the things that we might have on our wish list. We don't always get those right away, but we usually always manage to get what our standards are, right? We usually always meet our minimum requirement standards for our life and for our business and for our vision and where we're going in the future. And so what I wanted to talk about is, like, if you have a standard, if you're like, well, no, it's just a standard to me to have a house for my family. For example, for you, like, say it's a standard for you to have a house for your family to live in, and you're going to pay the rent, you're going to pay the mortgage, you're going to invest in that because your family needs a place to live, and rightfully so, and you're going to feed them, and you're going to take care of them, and that's a standard you place on your life. And so everything you do is super focused in on making that a reality and keeping that a reality in your life, because it's a standard you've placed on your life, right? And you place that above maybe some other things that you need to accomplish. And you're honed into making that happen. Now, when you make that happen, you might be a little bit more relaxed with, like, hey, I've got it happen, I have a house for them, it's taken care of. But if for some reason you ever were in the position where you didn't have it, your complete life goal and purpose would be like, I'm getting my family a house, I'm making sure they have food, and because that is my standard. Does that make sense? It's a standard that you place on just the quality of life and what you're going to accomplish for your life and your family, right? And in the same way, 7 months ago, that I put a standard on providing for a house, successful people also have standards of what they have to accomplish. For example, for me, it was my standard for my life that I would not work a job and work for someone else for the rest of my life. It was my standard that within 6 months to a year, I would build a business that I was going to. It was a must for my family to take care of them. I didn't want to trade my time, 40 hours in a week in a job, being away from my kids. I wanted to be home for my kids, and I put a standard on my life saying, no, I will obtain that, because that's a minimum standard that I am putting for my life, is to be job free, to live life on my own terms, and to be around my family and provide for them in that way. And that was an absolute minimum standard. So my life became about accomplishing that goal very rapidly because it was my standard, right? And I'm asking you, like, if you have some immediate goals that you really want for your life, then you need to work on also raising your standard. All right, I'm trying to get everything in order. Oh, hopefully you get that taken care of, Lindsay. We can message and chat. Hopefully everything goes well with that. I'm sorry to hear that with the car, but let's hopefully you get that, make it happen, and that works out okay for you. But guys, just about that, about the standard is is, you know, you got to raise your standards. You got to, if there's a goal, like if you have a goal of saying, hey, in 6 months, I want to provide for my family. I don't want to trade time for my money anymore. I want to have a job. I want to be living life on my own terms. I want to, you know, maybe that's a goal that you have. I know a lot of you that follow me, you're working on building online businesses. You're working on your investments. You're working on, you know, going next level with your life and with your goal. And so what I'm going to challenge you to do is like raise your standards of what that minimum bar is for your life and for your goal and what you're looking to accomplish. Raise that as a standard in your life, like, no, this is what I am accomplishing minimum in the next 6 months or whatever date you have on it. Make sure you set the SMART goals like we've been talking about. But like when it becomes the standard, it puts your mentality in a totally different place to make that goal become a reality. No longer are you wasting time and saying, hey, this is something I sort of want to do. It's on my wish list. And how many times have you guys said something, have you guys realized when we as people say, put it on a wish list, how many times that actually never becomes a reality or never actually gets done because it doesn't go from a wish list to an actual SMART goal that becomes our standard for our life, right? And so what standards are you placing that you will achieve this year and setting those goals and making them SMART goals and putting dates on it? And that just, it happens to be where you make some of the goals absolutely vital that, no, you are not going to go through life any longer without making them a reality or without making progress to them with the reality, because it's that vital for you and it's that important of a standard to be around for your family or to be around with your children and to not have to trade that time for the money. Or maybe you just want to go to the next level to make that, what would an extra $5K a month do for your family? What would an extra maybe $1,000 a month do for your family? And you put a standard on that saying, no, that is what we're accomplishing now, because that is our base standard and we are hyper-focused and zoomed in with laser-like vision to making that a reality as soon as possible. And that's what I did with you know, my first dream and my first goal that a lot of you know that I've accomplished. And I'm saying this about me to encourage you guys that you can do the same thing with your goals. And within 7 months, because I had put a standard on that, guys. That's awesome, Lindsay. That's awesome. Standard is great. That's awesome. Keep it up. And you know, I had put a standard on the fact that no, I was no longer going to work for someone else, building someone else's business in a job, building their dreams, building that business owner's dreams. Because if you work in a job, you're working for another business owner. I want my dream, and that's okay if that's what you want. My dream was to live life on my terms. You know, we're down here in Florida. I'm still making money as I'm having fun with my family because of what I've invested in my businesses, because what I've invested in building a business online, that now I'm able to travel and live life on my terms and still make a great income, you know? And what I say this for you is, are you raising your standards? Are your standards high enough to where you put that as a minimum for you to accomplish within the next 6-12 months? And so raise your standards. And you know, that's what I did. And within 7 months, I accomplished my first dream of being completely job free in only 7 months, guys, because of the place I put my mentality and where I put my goals and my laser focus. And I went about accomplishing that every day with my SMART goals and with my vision, right? And so now for me, it's going next level and it's raising that bar. And now I have a new standard and a way to raise that goal even higher. So with you guys, I want, you know, identify your vision, your goals, and set the standards and get laser-like focus, right? And raise those standards to a whole new level. Pretty soon I'm gonna talk about this more as we go. I've been talking about this a lot in my Facebook Lives, but I'm gonna probably do dive in depth in, whereas goal setting, you know, having a goal and writing it down, that's not enough. There's a method that I'm gonna teach and I'm gonna talk about that I really help coach people in as well, on how to effectively set your life vision, set your life goals, how to keep yourself in the right state and mentality daily. And there's a strategy to that. There's a method to that. It's not just enough to write down a goal and put a date on it. That's not enough to actually make that a reality in your life and achieve that. You need to raise your standards, but you also need to put things in place with your life purpose, your life vision, and with your SMART goals. SMART goals are just the foundation. They're the 101, they're the beginning. But then how do you take that next level to make sure that you're keeping yourself in that right mentality every single day, starting off your days in the right way, and making sure that you're doing the right daily activities to make your goals become a reality? So we've been talking about that a lot. I'm going to come at you guys again more with some more really valuable content, kind of teaching about this and walking you and helping kind of give you some value, because I seriously want the best for you all this year. I want you to 10x your results if you're already getting results, or if you're having a dream and you're just starting off online, or maybe you haven't even started yet, but you're saying, I want to go next level with my life. I want to elevate my life, and I want to take it to the next level of what I've always dreamed to accomplish. And maybe you're even at the place where you've just been dreaming about things in your life, but you never knew if it was really possible. And I want to tell you that if you can dream it, you can achieve it. But you have to do a specific method and put some specific strategies in place to turn your dreams into your realities, right? And I'm going to help you guys, and I want to help really coach you guys and bring some valuable content in order for you to take your dreams and what your dreams are, turn those into specific goals, but then to really equip you guys to be able to go out and make them a reality, even starting here in 2017, making a lot of those a reality in your life. It doesn't have to take a long time for you guys to replace your income online or 10x your results from where they are now. It doesn't have to take years. It can take months, or it doesn't have to take a long time. And if you take massive action and you learn these things with what I've been teaching and what I'm going to continue to come at you at with this content, if you take it seriously and you really apply it with massive action, I'm telling you guys, your life can look completely differently between now and 6 to 12 months, right? And you can really begin to make progress towards your dreams and your realities. All right, the SMART goals. Hone My Vision is too big for. Yeah, oh my gosh, it's so huge, so huge, Lindsay. Having SMART goals, really honing that in, is absolutely massive, right? And you got to grow your mindset. I mean, and you're right. Sometimes it's too small for small-minded people, but if you want to achieve stuff, it's like Lindsay's saying, if you want to achieve stuff, you got to go next level with your mindset. You got to be willing to grow. You got to be willing to think differently. You got to be transformed unto the renewing of your mind, right, guys? Transformed unto the renewing of your mind. That means you're growing, you're stretching yourself, you're learning, you're pushing yourself, you are going forward, you're elevating your mindset to go next level, right? You're elevating your mindset to go next level, right? And so, and the people that understand that are the people that achieve big things in their life, right? And it doesn't have to take you a long time. So raise your standards, guys. Start setting your SMART goals. I want you guys, if you're watching this, I want you to go ahead and I challenge you to commit to going and reading about SMART goals. Go ahead and Google what SMART goals are, and let's all, as a community, as people, let's make sure that that's the foundation, that's the start. But what I want you to do with the SMART goals is, one of the keys is raising your standards, but making sure that you're focused not just on the goal, but you're focused on the outcome. And I'm going to do a whole Facebook Live on talking about focusing on the outcome. But make sure you look at your lifelong vision and you really nail down what are the outcomes you want. Not just the goals, but what are the outcomes? Because when you define the outcomes that you want in your life, then you can kind of reverse engineer that backwards to specific goals, right? So make sure you're always looking at the outcomes, what you actually want as an outcome for your life, and then work backwards with your raising your standards and setting the right standards for yourself, the minimum standards, and then 10xing from there and setting the goals of how I'm going to teach and come at you guys soon. But with that, I hope that was really helpful, guys. And oh man, that is awesome. That is awesome, Lindsay. You are growing massively. I'm just giving a shout out to Lindsay there. You're growing massively, and I know that you're going to love this week. And here, I know you're coming to Florida here, and being around a lot of us there's going to be 6, 7, 8-figure earners other than me and other than us. That you're going to be able to build relationships with 6, 7, 8-figure earners that are really going to help you go next level. And that's why attending these kind of mastermind events here in Orlando are so huge for people, going to next level. But it's time to go next level, guys. It's time to not to go with the masses, right? You don't have to live like you've been sold in the system like everybody else. You don't have to live like everyone else, right? You can raise your standards. You can set yourself apart. And when you raise your standards and you set yourself apart, guess what you also do? You position yourself for what God really called you to be and how He's called you to live and the impact that you're able to have on others. Because when you elevate yourself past what what you're being sold by society, when you go past that into to really a level of influence where you achieve greatness, guys, then you're able to give back unlike anything else. You're really able, but you know, until your cup is overflowing, you're not able to really give back to others, right? You have to first fix your own situation. So fix your own situation so then you can really give and bless others in greater capacities, right? So, but raise your standards, guys. With that, I'm gonna, go out and I'm gonna play some more at the beach. Oh, looks like a helicopter, Coast Guard's flying by here. Let's see, can you guys see that? Oh, there's the Coast Guard. That's pretty cool. With that, guys, raise your standards. I'm gonna go play on the beach here some more with my kids and my family, have some fun while we're making some money. That's awesome. And raise your standards, and I will come at you guys soon with some next level stuff on really how to make that a reality, how to set your life vision, really talking about the outcomes and how to effectively set goals and make sure you're doing the right activities daily to make those a reality this year for you guys. So with that being said, crush it. I'll talk to you guys soon, and you can do this, and we'll see you at the top. Talk soon.